There's no worse feeling in the world than putting in a ton of work, a ton of time, a ton of effort, and in some cases, a ton of money on a digital product, only to launch that product and it flop so hard and you don't even get a third of the sales you thought you were going to get. Guys, today on the Brick Report, I want to talk to you about 3 dangerous products that if you don't launch them the right way, if you don't create them the right way, if you don't go about them the right way, they will flop. Almost guaranteed. And these products are very, very tricky because they seem so appealing. Do you want to know what they are? Stay tuned. We're going to get into it today on the Brick Report. Okay guys, the first product that I want to talk to you about is so appealing because it can come together extremely quickly. You don't have to have any experience to do it. Isn't that amazing? You can create a product about anything and you don't have to have any experience in that subject because of this style of product. And that's why a lot of new product creators and a lot of new product vendors go for it. But if you do it wrong, it will backfire in your face bigger than poo-poo. Guys, I am talking about the infamous interview product. Now, for you to understand why dangerous products flop on you so hard and so consistently, you first have to understand the goal of a product launch. 1, our goal is to get lots of sales, and 2, our goal is to create impact on the download page. And what do I mean by impact? What I mean is we're actually helping them. They're seeing the material.
They're going, ah.
And they're actually getting value out of the product, right? Because what that's going to equal is them opening our emails, perceiving us as authorities that can help them in the space, and ultimately, that's going to equal us extending the life of our customer. Now, the first product I want to talk to you about is called an interview product. And the way this works is you go around and you get like 5 or 10 interviews from experts in your space, whether they be experts on affiliate marketing, experts on product launching, experts on SEO, experts on traffic, experts on list building, experts on any subject under the sun. You go out there and you get 5 to 10 experts on this subject. You put all these interviews together and boom, that's the product.
Come to Papa, baby!
And generally, when you do this, your sales page is going to say something like, here's 10 gurus to teach you how they went from doing this to doing this, and yada, yada, yada. And it's very, very evident that this is an interview product, and you're going to be listening to these interviews that I did with these experts. And it sounds very appealing. The problem is, when a customer hears the word interview, instantly, the value seems less. So then you got to ask yourself why. Why does this interview not have perceived value? It has a lot of value. There's a lot of golden nuggets being dropped in this interview. Why do people not care about it? A couple of reasons. 1, interviews are made available freely all over YouTube. And in lots of other places as well. There's a lot of interviews out there available for free. 2, generally when people watch interviews to get information, they have to sit through these long interviews and try to pick out golden nuggets. The interviews have lots of topics in them. They're not sorted. They're not divided. People have to just sit through them all and hope they don't miss something, right? Interview products don't create very good impact because people don't want to sit through those interviews. And if they don't sit through these interviews, they don't get those eureka moments. They don't perceive you as any kind of authority. You don't get the celebrity by association because people didn't bother sitting through the interviews. How do we solve this problem with interview products? Because interview products are great. They're a great way to get started. If you don't have any experience in the space, being able to interview some experts is awesome, but you have to do it the right way. The first step is to make sure you angle things differently on the sales page. You don't make the sales page about the interviews. You don't talk about, interviewing all these gurus. You don't hide the fact that you're doing interviews, but the sales page's emphasis is on the problem that's being solved. If you interviewed 10 people about traffic driving, then the big idea on the sales page is, I am going to solve your traffic problem right here, right now. It ends. We are going to fix this. That's how you do it. The other thing that we can do to raise the perceived value of an interview product is how we interview our people. When you do these interviews, you want to do them in a case study style format. And what that means is you want to ask them questions that force them to give you step-by-step answers. So if you were a newbie getting started, can you give me like a step-by-step on how you would do it? If we took all your stuff away from you right now, what would you do? A simple step-by-step how you would do it. Try to pull out step-by-step actionable answers from your interviewees. Because when you do that, those interviews become much more valuable and you can speak about case study style interviews on the sales page. And it's going to make your product more appealing. Now let's talk a little bit more about the low impact of interview products. How can we combat that? When you do interview products, divide them up into modules. And when I say break the interviews up into modules, what I mean is break the individual questions up. Break them up so that people can pick and choose what they want to learn. They don't have to go digging through hour-and-a-half long interviews to get the golden nuggets. You divide everything up for them so they can easily find the answers to the questions they're looking for, and you're going to create more impact in doing so. And this next one is something I don't see hardly anybody doing, and it's really, really valuable. Take the interview, create a mind map or a PowerPoint presentation, and put the audio of the interview over that. If you want to flash back and forth between you guys talking and the actual mind map or PowerPoint, go ahead. But having that actionable mind map or that actionable PowerPoint in there is going to add so much value to your interview. And then the last thing you can do to create way more impact is to do a takeaway video for each interview. You have your own takeaways. You have your own golden nuggets. What are they? Give those to your audience. By doing so, you're going to add yourself even more into the conversation. You're going to build more authority for yourself. You're going to create more influence for yourself. And you're going to create more impact for that product. And this is how you're going to turn that low perceived value and low impact product into a high perceived value, high impact product. Guys, interview products can be amazing and they can come together extremely quickly. But if you do them wrong, you will pay the price. That's it for interview products, guys. I have 2 more that I want to talk to you about right after these messages. Hey, thanks for hanging out with me today on the Brick Report. Just want to remind everybody to make sure you get over there to epicconversions.com. Check out the blog. There's tons of free information on there that's going to help you get ahead in your business. Also, there's a lot of free goodies over there that you're going to love. So make sure you get over there and check out epicconversions.com. I'll see you on the website. Peace, everybody. So another product that newbies like to do because, well, they're new and they're just getting into it. This one usually comes after their first product launch. It's called the product launch product. And it goes something like this.
Man, I just did a product. I know I'm supposed to get right back on the horse and do another product. I don't know what to do. I'm tapped out. I just did a product about affiliate marketing and I interviewed a bunch of experts. Now what am I supposed to do a product about? Wait a minute. I know. It's the best idea of all time. I'll do a product about launching products.
and look, it makes total sense, right? I mean, you just got experience launching products, so it makes sense. That would be your second product about product launching. Here's the problem. That product is probably going to fall on its face bigger than... Let me tell you why. First of all, Product launches are perceived to be hard, okay? And for good reason. Product launches are not easy. There's a lot of moving parts that you have to put together to pull off a successful product launch. It takes practice. 2, product launches are perceived to take lots of time and effort. And you know what? They do take lots of time and effort. So it's not like a misconception or a myth. It's actually close to the reality. Now, does that mean that it's always going to be hard? Does that mean it's always going to take lots of time? No. Because the more you do something, the better you get at it. You start to develop systems that make you faster at it. You start to develop processes that make you quicker and more efficient at it. But yes, in the beginning, it can almost be overwhelming because there's a lot of moving parts to get it right. And many times you get it wrong and then have to adjust. But that aside, how can you launch a product about launching products and not have it fall on its face? After all, that is your experience. You've launched one product, now you're on your second product launch. You want to do it about launching products because, let's face it, you don't have a ton of experience and you got that experience. So let's do a product about it. How can we do it to where it doesn't fall on its face? The first thing is we have to address the elephant in the room. This is going to be extremely hard. That's what people think. So if you're going to do a product launch about launching products, you need to develop a system for them that's going to make it easy. You need to address that on your sales page. You need to make sure you let them know, hey, I'm going to make this easy. In the past, it's been hard. I've developed a new system to make it extremely easy to where anybody can do it. You need to address that on your sales page. It's the elephant in the room and you have to address it. Number 2, address the second elephant in the room, time. Historically, product launches have taken tons of time to do. I have a system that's going to make it incredibly easy for you to do. All you have to do is follow my step by step and you're going to be knocking them out. Like, the sales page has to address those elephants in the room, and if it doesn't, if the big idea doesn't center around addressing those elephants in the room, that product launch is going to flop. Next, let's talk about the second issue, because we have 2 goals when we do a product launch. 1, to get a ton of sales. We've kind of addressed that. 2, we need to create impact. If you put a product launch product together and you have tons and tons of steps inside there and they get bogged down in templates and steps and all this information, it's going to be like information overload. And what's going to happen is they're going to give up and they're not going to really apply any of the stuff you teach them, and you're not going to create any impact. Now, what you need is for people to take action on that product. You need people to actually feel like they're getting something out of that product. You need them to feel like it's valuable and it's helping them move their business forward, because that creates impact, and that's going to keep them opening your emails and buying your future products. So you need to make your content as actionable as possible, okay? Step-by-step content, but not too many steps, okay? If you get done with a product launch product and you have like 89 steps, guess what? That's too many steps. People are going to give up on like step 10. So you need to simplify the process for them. So when you're doing a product launch product, it's important to know who you're targeting as your market. If you're focusing on complete newbies, you need to think, what steps do I need to include to get these guys actually profitable in their launch? That's all I care about. I want them to be profitable. I want the process to not be too painful, and I want them to actually enjoy it. What steps do I need to include to make that happen? Include those steps, leave everything else out, simplify the process, make it actionable. Next, we need to address this issue of people feeling like it's going to take too much time, not just on our sales page, right? But also on our download page. In the spirit of creating impact, we want to do things that are going to help people speed up the process. So we're going to include things like done for you templates. We're going to include things like, outlines, examples of what I've done, things that are going to make people move faster. Maybe even a little video that talks to them about time management, how to time block, how to use tools like Trello to speed up our process and to stay organized. Simple little video like that can go a long way for creating impact on your download page. Now I have one more dangerous product to talk to you guys about. We're going to talk about it, we're going to solve it, and we're going to get to it right after these messages. Hey guys, thanks for hanging out with me on today's episode of the Brick Report. You know, I just wanted to let you know that I have an Insiders Club. It's a discount club, and we offer group coaching every single month. We hang out, we talk, I answer everybody's questions about their businesses, so you'll basically get a professional marketer answering your questions on how to further your business and get ahead in the internet marketing space for the discounted rate of only $10.80 a month. So click the link below in the description and check it out. Alright guys, so my third and final dangerous product of the day that I want to talk to you about, that most certainly will probably flop if you do it in the wrong way, is called the PLR bundle. And this is a whole thing where you got a newbie, and the newbie, he doesn't know like what to do a product about, so he's like, hey man, why don't I just get a bunch of PLR and like bundle it all together into a bundle. I'll take like these 10 or 20 PLRs over here I got, and I'll combine them with these 25 I got over here, and I got this membership site to this PLR place over here, and I'm gonna like get like 50 more pieces from over here. I'm gonna put all this crap together into this giant monstrosity of 150 internet marketing educational
PLR bundle.
and I'm gonna give everybody rights on all this stuff. Sounds cool, man. Like I'm gonna sell this big quantity of stuff at a cheap price. So why does it flop if it sounds so cool? The reason why it flops is because PLR generally has a low perceived value. People are afraid that they're going to get bad quality PLR. Now don't get me wrong, there's great quality PLR out there, but people are conditioned to feel like they're going to have to pay a little bit more to get good quality PLR. And when you start bundling a lot of PLR together, like 100, 200, 1,000 pieces of PLR, people are going to feel like they're going to get bottom of the barrel PLR that's been tossed around a million times. That is the perception, and the example I just gave you, honestly, that was kind of the reality. We just kind of threw a bunch of stuff together. So there's a reason why people perceive it that way. The second problem with a product like this is that it has very, very low impact on the download page. They buy it, and they get in there, and they get the goods. Even if you got 1,000 pieces of amazing PLR, like, how did you create any impact on the download page? How are you going to get these people to open up your emails? How are you going to extend the life of your customer? First, we got to address the elephant in the room. You have packaged a bunch of PLR together into one volume, and there is a huge perception that it's going to be crap. It's going to be 1,000 pieces of crap. So that's the perception. You got to address that elephant in the room on your sales page. You have to let them know this is hand-picked, high-quality PLR. I have gone through it personally to ensure the highest quality. Another way you can do that is you can put sample on the sales page so that people can actually see the quality of the PLR. Either way you do it, you have to address that on the sales page. The other problem with a volume package of PLR is that it creates very little impact for you on the download page. When people buy the PLR, they're just going to buy it, they're going to download it, and they're going to use it. Or they're going to store it on their hard drive and move on. And very little impact was created by you in an effort to get them to open your emails in the future or to extend the life of your customer. So how can you combat that? A great way to do it is to put a nice little intro video on the PLR up there at the top of the download page, where you basically just say, hey, thanks for buying my product, and maybe even tell a little bit of a story. That would really go a long way. If you told a story about maybe how you got into the PLR business, or how you got to this place where you're at in marketing, that could go a long way to creating some impact. Also, if you added another little video talking about ways to use the PLR, that can go an extremely long way when it comes to creating impact on your download page. That's easy to do. Create a simple mind map with points of how they could use the PLR, different ways they could use the PLR that you just gave them. Now what this is going to do is it's going to position you as an authority, and it's going to give you a lot of leverage with those customers, and it's going to help you build rapport with them, and ultimately it's going to extend the life of your customers. Alright guys, that's 3 of the deadliest, most dangerous products you can launch. Not saying you can't make money on them, but I'm just saying they're a little tricky and you have to overcome those obstacles if you want to do it. I've seen 1,000 people fall into the pitfalls of those 3 kinds of products. Walk away wondering what happened. And what I just told you guys is generally what happened. So as long as you guys can adjust for these problems we're talking about here today, you can do amazing. Whether it's an interview product, whether it's a product launch product, or whether it is the PLR bundle product. You can make all of them soar like an eagle and not sink like the Titanic if you adjust for those problems we were talking about. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in to me today on the Brick Report. I appreciate you all. I want you to share this video with your friend. I want you to like this video. I want you to leave me a comment and say hi. Don't spend too much money in your Christmas shopping, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, everybody.
I'm the papa.